was a case that stunned the Memphis area. A 44-year-old financial executive named Tina Caronna was found dead in the back of her SUV. Caronna, a well-liked wife and mom, seemed like an unlikely target. Maureen Maher of 48 Hours reports on a murder that revealed a life of secrets.
Tina Caronna and her husband Joe enjoyed the good life: friends, cars, and cruises.
Very organized, a very professional woman. Her career was very demanding, involving bonds and finance and large sums of money.
The Caronnas belong to the Memphis Corvette Club.
Good friends and good food and good company.
And when Tina went missing, her friends in the club began a frantic search.
I mean, this is Memphis. A lot of bad things happen.
So we were going through alleys and behind malls and, schools and hospital parking lots.
When Tina was found 2 days later in her Chevy Avalanche, the circle of suspects was limited.
My husband's always the first suspect. Joe turned at me and said, "Well, you're my alibi."
Joe had spent the day with the couple's best friend, Gary Hathaway, fixing cars.
Joe said he had an alibi.
What investigators would discover is that Joe Caronna was leading a double life.
Joe Caronna was in trouble because his con was about to be exposed.
There was fraud.
How much money did you lose with him?
$15,000.
And a mistress, an affair that had been going on for almost a decade.
He was filling in the gaps of the stuff that I wasn't getting at home. Opening the door, sending flowers to me at work.
When cops questioned her, she admitted to everything and even agreed to wear a wire.
All this time, I just kept thinking that maybe, you may have done that for me.
Honey,
But if
I didn't do it, okay? And when I say I would do anything for you, I mean I wouldn't do something like that.
It would take 5 months until Joe Caronna was arrested and another 4 years to get him to trial.
And it was very clear to me that Joe Caronna was the one who had committed the crime. The question was, could we prove it?
Maureen Maher is with us, and I have to now ask you about this different case, the Jodi Arias case, because you had the only network interview with her, and this case has been riveting this week.
It's riveting. It's a death penalty case, so it has some significance to it. But what happened this week was that the prosecution used quite a few elements from the 48 Hours interview we did with her and myself and a producer to show Jodi's ability to lie. She really is quite articulate. She told the police one story, then she told us an elaborate story about intruders, and then she has now changed it to self-defense. So our tapes have been used on and off all week long to kind of set the tone of where the prosecution is going with this case.
I know you'll have an update for us, Maureen. Thank you. And you can see Maureen's full report, The Usual Suspect, on 48 Hours tomorrow night at 10, 9 Central, right here on CBS.